Welcome to Jan's Views, a place where I share my views and listen to yours. Whether you are here for my artwork, live streams, shorts, or just for the giggles, please be assured I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that you will enjoy your time here on my channel. I would be eternally grateful if you would give a like to the video, consider subscribing and, dare I ask, even become a member. So without further ado, let's do this.
Hello and welcome to Drama Friday. It's Drama Friday. I tell you what, if I had a brain, I could rule the world. Trust me. I've just poured myself out a drink and I think I've left it in the kitchen, guys. So that's a bloody good start. Hey, Edna, how are you, darling?
Hey, Jan, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm good. Let's say hi to Sasha. Hey, Sasha.
Hey,
Sorry,
Sasha.
it's a bit lonely over there, darling, but I'm sure people are trickling at will. Yeah, so how have you been, Edna? Edna, I'm gonna have to run to the kitchen. So
Okay,
just have a quick chat with Sasha and I'll be back in
okay,
a tick.
okay. So, let's see. Today I did some adulting. I was looking at healthcare plans, and I'm like, how healthy do I want to be? No,
You
like
want to
it's
be
so
super
expensive.
duper healthy. Come on.
I know. Like, do I need dental and vision? That's terrible, Jan.
Get healthy. What's the weather like there?
Oh, it's really mild. It's about like 75 degrees. It gets
Oh,
down to
wow.
about 50, high 40s at night. So it's not too
Mm.
cold.
Actually, it's been surprisingly mild over here as well, um,
Good.
which is great for October because October can be like, really cold, can't it? But
It
it's
can.
actually been okay over here. I feel like I haven't been live for
I
ages.
wasn't even
We
Yeah, I
didn't.
was thinking it's October, but it's almost the end of October.
I
Next week is
know.
Halloween.
Well,
It's like
October is
the year
always.
is flying by.
I know. I know. All the Christmas stuff's in the shops and everything
Yeah.
already.
Oh,
But
that reminds me. I restarted my like seasonal job today or this week. So we had like
okay,
orientation all week.
okay,
And it
interesting.
was kind of funny because there was a little bit of drama going on where it was one point we were reviewing calls like an example of the work that we're doing. And
Mm-hmm.
one was pretty good and one could have been a little better. And the one that could have been a little better, they were ripping into the person. And I was
Oh.
like, yeah. And like our trainers, they were like, let's be a little bit more positive, guys.
Ouch.
I was like,
Do you know,
geez, well, I'm glad I don't have to talk to these people.
I think we're living in a very angry world at the moment. And,
Yeah,
I don't mean just online. I mean in real life, everybody just seems to be so angry. And,
yeah. The
there's good
online
reason
is real
for
life.
that.
These are real people. Sorry, Jan.
That's all right, honey. I suppose Bridget's driving around the streets of LA again. I don't know whether she's going to pop on by, but
I don't know. She
we've
has a
got quite a lot
meeting.
to talk about. I'm going to try and keep our lives down to an hour, I think,
Oh, okay.
um, because well, going over that, I start to feeling tired, and my voice goes, and
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Okay.
So I thought, let's try and keep it to an hour, as near an hour as we
Okay.
can possibly go. So I didn't know what to talk about tonight. Um, but then
Mm-hmm.
I thought, well, there's quite a lot of drama going on. October's always very
Mm-hmm.
busy for me because I've
Mm-hmm.
got three granddaughters all born within a week of each other in
Oh,
October.
wow.
And
Are they
yeah,
Libras or they're
so, so
Libras? Yeah.
sorry.
I say, are they Libras or I don't know the other October sign. Oh, Scorpio.
Oh, do you know what? I don't know. I must ask them. But do you know what
Yeah.
season it is now? It's
It's
Scorpio
autumn.
season. It's
Oh, Scorpio,
Scorpio
yes.
season. So if you thought Jan
Mm-hmm.
had a sting in her tail before, trust me, this is my
Is this your
season. I'm a
season?
Scorpio. Could you tell I was a Scorpio?
No, but that doesn't surprise me because one of my best friends is a Scorpio. We've
Mhm.
been friends for like over 10 years, probably like
Yeah.
15.
Hey, Tasha. So I don't know, guys. There's so much going on. Edna, uh, before
Mm-hmm.
we start, I don't know where
Mm-hmm.
to start. I was just catching up on what's going on with Foodie and FFG, and I'm like, "Hey, girly," and I'm like, Jesus, this is getting really, really spiteful. But then
Yeah.
there's another part of me thinking, well, it's always spiteful in girl world. Are you aware
No,
of
it was a
what's
little different. Yeah, well, because from the little snippet I saw, Chantal said something along the lines of, "Well, I'm not going to be very good today or nice or whatever." I'm paraphrasing. And if you think I'm a bad Muslim, then I'm a bad Muslim. And it's like
mm,
shock Pikachu face, clutching my pearls. What are you
mm.
talking about?
The thing is, we all know, well, most of us probably know that FFG lost her mother. I think was it last
Yes.
year. And yeah, Foodie decided she's going to put a picture up of FFG's mother on her community tab. And as if that wasn't bad enough, some of the things that she said about her mother, I just
Mhm.
couldn't forgive. It's just, I don't even want to play it on my channel. Um, it just shows the depth of evil, really, in my mind. And I've started using that word a lot as regards girl world, because I really believe that there is a lot of evil in girl world. It's more than, one-upmanship. It's gone beyond that. It's got to a stage where it's about hurting other people as much as you possibly can. So
Yeah.
I feel to bring in somebody's, you know, deceased relative, mother, I just can't get my head around it, Edna. I just find it really difficult, and
I
I've
think,
sort
yeah.
of I think since, if I'm being totally transparent, since
Hmm.
the Kalari thing and seeing the disgusting things that people were saying, it affected
Hmm.
me. It affected my
Hmm.
mental health.
Hmm.
Because I just cannot get my head around that. I cannot understand the mentality of people who genuinely just want to continue to attack somebody. And even when they're lying on the
I
ground,
get it. You know
they're
what
just
though?
attacking and
But
attacking.
Jen, you have to
Can't handle
choose
it.
happiness. You have to choose positivity.
Yeah,
I think for some of us, if we just look at, the world with, without some rose-colored glasses, it's bleak, you know?
yeah,
So, and I get it. I'm right there with you. So
yeah.
obviously, you know what I mean? And the thing is, and I just think Girl World is just a place that allows people to just be their like worst selves.
But why?
'Cause I
See,
think we all
one of
have
my
the ability.
Yeah, but one of my things also is, why would you choose to be that way? I mean, it takes a certain amount. Can you hear Oakley? I've just let him in, and he's not happy with me, and he's always very
Oh,
vocal, and he's like, "Mother,
hi,
you've
Elsa.
left me out there in the rain." I didn't know it was raining. Yeah, so he's going to be yelling at me for a while. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just cannot grasp the mentality of that. And I did that video. Did I do a video about it, or was it last Friday when we talked about
I
it?
think
And
yeah.
it was starting to affect my own mental health. And I thought,
Mm,
I've got to take a step back, because it just made me go into my own head, I think.
mhm,
And what with other things going on in my real life, and my granddaughters, all their birthdays and everything, I just thought it sort of knocked me off kilter a little bit. I've
mm.
always said that, I'm an empath. I'm very empathetic, and it takes it out of you, if you feel that much about other people and other people's suffering, it knocks you. And that's how I've been the last week. So I wasn't able to get out the videos that I wanted to get out. I wasn't able to do the live streams because I had to be in the right headspace to do it,
Mm.
But I'm
That's
okay now.
understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm coming out of the slump. But so when we were talking earlier, I don't know whether it was you that was telling me that somebody was asking for my attention, and I was like, "Who's asking for my attention?" And it does make me laugh. It really makes me laugh, because I think, these people that don't come to the live streams, think,
Mhm.
nobody pays any attention to me online. They've always got a
That's
lot to
kinda
say
cute.
about. They've always got a lot to say
Yeah.
about it. So let's just listen to this man whose name is Gigi. I'm going to keep up the chat because it's quite interesting to hear. I quite like looking at the chat, and I don't suppose you can see it from here, but I want to read some of
Mm-mm.
the things that are said in his chat. Um, so anyway, he's obviously here. I like the screen. I like that. Very good. Very artistic. I nearly said autistic. Oh dear. Anyway, so can you hear this, Edna?
Different
Yes.
celebrities from Joe
Good.
Biden to Justin Trudeau.
Now, Gigi, our paths have crossed a couple of times, and we very
Oh yeah.
nearly had an adult conversation once, Edna. You won't believe it, but we did.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but I've never really paid that much mind to him because he's in with a group of people, like you can see the picture here, with this trailer trash woman here, and and he started speaking up in Foodie's defense, and hence going after Yubba, I think he goes after, and he's also linked to the attic now, and he's linked to the slow one, and I'm like, "Ugh, you just go about your business over there, dude. I'm not interested." But anyway, I heard that he had something to say about me and about us, so I thought, let's have a look, shall we? Shall we have a look and see what he's had to say?
Yes.
I'm sure it's very interesting.
To Edna and Clarcy. So last Friday, she had Edna and Clarcy on.
So what's he calling her? He said,
Clarity.
"Oh, is that what he's saying?" Oh, okay. I couldn't tell through
Mm-hmm.
this. I couldn't tell through the slurred words.
And I guess it was touted on Friday as it's going to be Kalari getting her truth out, or getting her just getting her story out and correcting things. When again, I'm just like, oh my god, fuck your stories. Like, can you please just apologize for calling people grifters? Is that fucking...
Is that all you wanted? Is that all he thinks it is? It's about Kalari, calling other people grifters. So because she's done that, then she's deserved of being verbally attacked for days on end by at least 6 other creators. Is that all it was? She should have just said,
And
all right,
disavowed, kicked out of communities.
yeah, all
It's
right,
like she has done unforgivable things.
yeah, yeah, very strange.
Mm-hmm.
hard. And just admit you're a hypocrite, or being a hypocrite.
So that's all it was then. As far as Gigi's concerned, that's all it was. All she had to do was admit that she's a hypocrite and admit that she's grifted in the past. Okay.
So yeah, I'm curious what she's gonna say. I'm gonna bounce around. I heard they talk about me a little bit, and we'll see if I find that, but we'll see how it goes. Challenge.
You know what's
She
so
doesn't
funny?
have time.
Yeah. Do you know what's so funny?
Kill me. Yeah.
He has heard.
What just happened upon him?
Yeah. He
Sorry.
has heard that we spoke on him. I can't remember speaking on him. I've got nothing to say about him. But he's heard that. So he spent this live stream lasted 2.5 hours, and the whole of
About
it,
average
it
around
looks
here.
like, was about me. Was about trying to find out. Oh, he had a dig at Bridge, of course he did. So it was all about, what Jan said about me. What did Jan say about me? And the whole time he keeps sort of going back to, oh, where's the bit where Jan said something about me? Where is it? Such a narcissist. It did make me laugh. So is there anything worth... Stop biting me, Oakley. That's not very nice. Oakley squeezed behind me on my chair, on my computer chair, and I was stroking him, and he's decided he's going to bite me. Why are you biting me? That's not very nice. Okay, just be a good boy. Right.
Vicky, do you think this is getting close to the stage where you felt the Callie situation was? Oh, with Kalari? I'm already bored with Kalari. That's why I stopped covering her. What else can I say about her at this point?
Exactly. But then that hasn't stopped him in the past. In the past, he's been known to go after normally black women. Oh, how unusual. Normally black women. There was Callie, and there was also Charlie Gold that he
Charlie.
went for a long, long time and very viciously. So yeah, okay, he's keeping true to form, I'd say.
You know, and I'm not shitting people who still want to make videos about fucking knock yourself out. But for me, it's like when I got to that point with Callie, I was like, okay, like, like what else can I say? Callie's losing support. She's losing members. She's losing.
Yeah, because that's all that matters to him. That somebody loses support and somebody loses, memberships. I mean, really?
They
Look,
they love to see people be betrayed.
I know. It's I've got to try and stop saying I don't get it, but I really don't. I don't get it. I'm not my my YouTube isn't about gaining financially. It's not, it's something that I enjoy doing. I love the creative side of it. And that's it really. So when people mock me for my views or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. It's like it's just projection. And you can tell, like when you listen to this guy, that's the first thing he's come up with. The fact that she's lost views, she's lost memberships. So what?
Views, like what else is there to say at this point? And like there's nothing else for you to say to Kalari other than Kalari, like stop being a hypocrite and just fucking realize you were
right. Well, you've said that already. We don't need to hear that anymore. We're not going to listen to much of this because it's just pathetic. But I just thought, he's calling out my name. He's done this specifically, a nice little picture of fish and chips and a nice full English breakfast and a nice cup of tea. I've got that tea set. I've got cups and saucers like that with the Union Jack
What do you
on
call it with the Union Jack? Yeah.
Yeah. Right, so let's have a look at his chat. Okay. Dirty Uncle Sal, says, if Jan isn't singing Old MacDonald's, I don't want to hear times of any kind from her. Do you know, it does amaze me how people are so illiterate and yet they, they can't stop typing in people's chats. That Old MacDonald song I sang years ago when I used to do my live streams, Edna. And what I would do is, if ever, a troll came in or something, I'd just sing Old MacDonald Had a Farm. So it's interesting that this person, Uncle Sal, brings that up. That is interesting. So what else we got here? Jan sings the Farmyard Blues. Really? Gator. Okay, it's put. That was the one that came and tried to cause trouble last week. I think I blocked her. Can't be doing with it.
Okay.
Texas One. That's a funny one. She put Jan's hard to listen to. But I tell you what, Texas, don't. Nobody's forcing you to. All right.
Somebody was like, I don't know if I should block Edna or not. I was like, listen, let me help you out. And I blocked them. Not gonna hurt my feelings. No worries.
This Oloop, oh, whatever her name is, has put, this layout is garbage. You're bad at art, Jan. Very bad.
Art
No
is
talent at
subjective. It's in
all.
the eye of the viewer. You can't judge art like that. It's an expression.
Bad talent. No, what is it? No talent. Bad taste and a bad attitude. Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll take your word for it. But I haven't asked you to buy any of my art, and you've never bought any. But luckily, some people have. So yeah, I'm really going to pay any attention to what that person says. Couldn't give a monkey's what they think. And I love my backdrops. I love them. And it gives me much joy, Edna, when people say that it drives them crazy. Because I'm like, yay! I'm
You know what?
glad.
I was looking, like my numerology. I think that's how you say it. And it was so funny because they were like, you like bright colors. And basically they were describing you. And
Ow, oh,
it's
please
just
stop
so
it.
funny because I mean I do love it, but it's so overwhelming for me, like in real life.
Yeah. See, everyone's different. Everyone's different.
Mm,
And my art's very much like me. It's very out there. It's very bright.
mm-hmm.
It's very bold. It draws attention. It demands attention. Yeah, that's me. So let's hear just a little bit more, and then we're going to move on.
Decorum. Yes, decorum. I love that. Of morality, decorum. I love it. You're a woman of decorum. We know you're in there, Jan. Just gonna get you out.
He's very unfortunate looking, isn't he? Not that I'm one to talk about looks, but he is. He's very unfortunate looking.
Listen, Chef already let everybody know I'm ugly, so I can't talk about anybody's looks.
Oh, stop it. Just stop that. I'm only looking at this because he's put my name in the title. So yeah, come on then, get on with it.
Let's see the point, Kalari.
On Facebook. Not my Twitter, which if I really wanted to run a scam, I would have just put that directly on Twitter.
Why doesn't she get?
Oh my God. Edna, you told me about this. Where's the bit where he talks about me?
No, I was telling you about Hannibal and something else.
Have to say, you'd be pleasantly surprised.
Oh, in DC.
Kalari, you need to stop jumping through hoops for these idiots.
I don't mind
You're not a dog jumping through hoops, okay?
And that's another thing, because I
You've
want
addressed
anybody who says,
everything.
I want anybody saying
Correct, silence. All they care of.
Okay, fed up with that. What a load of rubbish that is.
Bridget's
Yeah.
there.
Who were you talking about, Edna? Hannibal.
Well, yeah, you didn't hear the drama going on?
No.
Hannibal allegedly was arrested for smacking a woman because the tacos weren't ready. Which, I mean, I'm sorry to say, I think I can understand where he's coming from.
Right, I put in Hannibal arrested. I don't think it's any of these ones. Look, Hannibal surrenders to the FBI. That's not him, is it? No. So who spoke on it, Edna? Who spoke on it?
Monty.
Monty. Oh, God. You've got to look at Monty. Okie dokie. Oh, Bridget's here. Bridget's here. Come on, girlie. Hey, sweetie, how are you?
Hello. Hey.
So I was going to react to Gigi reacting to us, but he's so boring.
He's just so angry. He's so mad all the time.
No. he throws you into the conversation. I'm like, well, what's Bridget got to do with anything? Goodness sake. So hang on.
I did hear something. Oh, I was going to say, somebody said something funny. Yeah, because they were like, Bridget who quits every other week. I don't think she did just say she was stepping away.
No,
and then you came up with these
and then here I come back because y'all keep on calling me. I try to get out, and then y'all just bring me back in. So what the fuck?
That's how I feel too. It's like I've given up on trying to get out at this point. I'm just like, I'm here. It is what it is. So how was your meeting?
I had to put the kitten away. He was biting me.
Okay.
Right. Bridge, I can't believe you said that.
Listen, you know when they forget the condiments, they don't give you a fork. That's enough to send you over the edge.
You're not condoning domestic violence, surely.
No, of
Surely.
course not. I mean, that's ridiculous. But the thing is, it's not like we don't hear about this all the time. There was just a guy on a podcast within the past week or so that was talking about how he likes to financially abuse women, and sometimes you have to reprimand a woman or discipline a woman, I think is what he said.
Oh
So,
no, I don't.
and Hannibal looks like a similar type of man, just from the way he talks and everything. So I'm not surprised.
Okay, let's have a look. And look what he's called it. Hang on a minute. He's called it Hannah Bitch Be Wilding with the Open Palm. Oh no! Straight up woman beater and over food of all things. Okay, Monty. Let's go for this. Dee-dee. Right, let's see. From here. Here we go.
Rather than, whenever he wants to. Is there something in my ear?
Yeah, they're called locks and they need to come out and be redone because they just look a mess. They're going all over the place. Am I right, ladies? Am I right?
Listen, I do not condone the anti-black, anti-black, anti-lock slander. I like lock.
I
I
like
think it's a lovely
locks.
hairstyle.
I
Yeah.
like locks as well, but I
He-
just think his look a bit wild.
Did he get them redone? Because they used to be like a lighter color, didn't they?
Yeah. No, I think he dyed
No.
it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but with locks, you've got to get them taken out and then reapplied, haven't you? At some point. Well, actually, they cut them out, don't they?
Well, no, you can untangle them or detangle them, but
Takes
'cause
forever.
I've seen plenty of women do that. Yeah. I would never do it.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, let's carry on.
Man, I gotta wash my hair again tonight. What's up, everybody? I like groceries, fish. What's going on, Billy Joe?
Right, all the time he's been doing these live streams and everything. Why can't he set himself up? I mean, that picture looks awful. Do you know what I mean? Why doesn't he sit himself in frame?
He usually does. He's usually when he's on camera. He usually has it set up. I think. I don't really watch him. Yeah.
That looks bad. Edna, you watch him, don't you?
I mean, not in the same way, no.
Oh, okay. Well, either you watch him or you don't, darling. But okay.
I mean, yes,
Everybody
but I'm
else really-
saying like I'm not like watching it live, like I'll watch, I'll like scrub through to see what's going on.
Yeah. Okay.
I appreciate you. Smash up that like button for me. I'd really appreciate that. While I get situated here, like I said, there's a lot of information I gotta go over.
Okay.
A lot of stuff I gotta
People send me
figure out.
stuff, too.
Sorry?
I said people send me stuff like like you talking to someone, they'll be like, "Oh, did you see X, Y, and Z?" or or tell me about something.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, before we get any further, but the irony.
See all this bit here? That needs to be, you need to sort that out. This bit. Oh,
Well,
what bit am
some
I-
people do what do they call
Yeah.
it? Semi-free form, where they they just kind of like separate them, but they don't actually twist them or really kind of like
But
palm
you
them or
can-
anything.
Yeah, but you can see, look, the hair is like a big clump of hair. That should be in the dreads, shouldn't it? Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry. I used to work in a hairdresser, and it was an African hairdresser, so I know what I'm talking about. All right.
Any of it all, that a person who has been in such a situation of domestic assault on his.
So firstly, I want to know, how did he find out? How did Monty find out?
But Monty does his thing.
Can we go to like 1.5 speed? It's a little slow.
Yeah, it's slow.
Please,
Right, hang
thank
on.
you.
Where are we? Where are we there? Oh, sorry, playback. 1-5. Let's try.
Mm-hmm.
His partner was talking so much shit, so much the past few months, and he had the gall after June the 1st of
Oh,
running away from the
King
cops. This man
Lois
had the
Tammy
gall to come
found out
online several
via
times
her
between June the
world.
1st and June the 12th.
Sorry, Edna. You think he found out via
King,
her word?
her world. King Lois just let us know in the chat.
Oh, sorry, I'm not looking now. Okay. Hi, King Lo. Hope you're well. I found out from her word. Okay. When he asked, was something in his hair, I was like, yeah. Your hair, bro.
The past few months, and he had the gall after June the 1st of running away from the cops. This man had the gall to come online several times between June the 1st and June the 12th when they arrested him for domestic assault. I cannot imagine this bullshit where you're coming online, you're talking shit about people, you're acting like nothing has happened, but yet you assaulted your partner by hitting them in the face over food.
Wow.
Oh, it was
That's
his.
it then.
They're saying it was his partner.
Mhm. Well, that's where he's got it from. Guys, I'm distracted. Okay, I don't want to play too much of Monty. We've learned what we needed to
Distracting you.
know. It's going to be interesting to hear what Hannibal's going to say, because apparently Hannibal did put in his community tab, I think it was, that he will address it at some point. So it's going to be interesting. What do you think he's going to say? Just going to deny it? I
He
mean,
has a stream he has a stream scheduled for 2 hours. I don't know, but you know what? I don't think this is as negative a thing as people would assume it is. Like that picture of him, I saw somebody comment that Hannibal looked pretty fine. So I don't know. I think I don't think he's gonna get canceled. It's crazy.
oh, I told you, Bridge, I want to live in her world sometimes. I just do. Anyway, let's go on a little bit further because I want to see the live chat. Here we go.
So once again, he's on his he's in his comment section. If you go to Hey Crafting with Sanjay, if you go to like newest first, you'll see people asking. Somebody asked about 6 hours ago what's going on with these new allegations, and he says he's going to answer. So he needs to address that immediately, because he been staying online. He stays online all day. Not like he's doing anything. He stays online all the time.
These people that say that, and I think it's
Like, you
projection.
are online all the time too. Like we all online too much.
I honestly think it's projection. It's insane. Listen, guys, I'm a bit distracted because Yo Mama is online. Online. He's gone live.
So mad that it's not.
Oh gosh.
Brandon, I don't think he's this
Oh.
harp wearing Funko baby has certainly the best. He doesn't.
What? You don't want to be there. It's only because, right, the only reason I wanted to look was because of what's happening with FRIDAYY and FFG. Have you seen what's been happening?
What happened?
Oh, it's got
What do you
really
mean?
mean and nasty.
Yeah.
With FRIDAYY sitting there stuffing her face, slagging off FFG's mother, her deceased mother. And of course, this guy is now going to try and what's the word? He's going to try and benefit from it. So this is his second live. So all right. So Bridge doesn't want to be there. All right. Where should we go then? All right. No, I mean capitalize. That was the word I was trying to think. Now that I've seen what he's done here, then I can see he's just trying to capitalize on it. He's really not interested in what's actually happening. He's still going to support FRIDAYY because he's an arse. And yeah, I'm not going to watch this. So what shall we look at then? Shall we look at the wonderful DC and what she's had to say? Oh, well, what do you want to look at then?
I know, because like everybody is just like, but whatever you want to do, yeah, whatever.
For goodness sake. More money than sense. Well, I want to. All right, I just want to have a quick look because
Okay.
this woman had the gall to try and teach me on music. Hang on a
Oh,
minute. What's
okay.
she talking about here? What's
More
this?
money than sense.
She keeps bringing me up. She's got a real hate boner for me, and I love it. I really love it. Jan's got dementia like Fedora. Not yet. I think it's coming though. I think it's on the way. Right, so
Not be able to make it, although Harry Styles hasn't done
Right,
so badly now, has he? Harry Styles.
right, this woman took offense to a video I did about Liam Page.
Yeah.
And oh dear. It's quite funny. Some of the things she comes
Listen,
out
I
with.
didn't think One Direction was that popular. She was
Oh, do you know what made me laugh is when she said, I love boy bands. And I was like, really? What do you love about boy bands?
Which boy bands?
I don't know.
All of them?
she was
I
just like,
know.
yeah, I think it's in general. The genre.
Just in general. So if she loves boy bands, isn't she aware that it's like manufactured? You know, it's like
People
and
don't care.
yeah, exactly. So when I did this video, it was basically to, you know what I'm like, I like to come up at it from a different angle. And
Mhm.
I was looking at the possibility that perhaps Liam felt because, they'd broken up and a couple of the members of the band had done really well for themselves. He can't, and he didn't. And I wondered whether perhaps, he suffered from imposter syndrome because, what could he do? He wasn't a good enough singer on his own. None of those boys were good enough, really, on their
Well,
own.
yeah, I don't think it's the issue that you don't have a point. I think they were just saying it was too soon.
Oh, really? Oh, I don't care. I don't care
Yeah, I
what
think
they
they thought it
think.
was in bad taste. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Thanks, Edna.
You're welcome.
No, you're right. But I think it's something that I wanted to cover it, and then I wasn't sure. Anyway, let's just get on with what speed we have to have turned fast because oh my god. Speed. Let's put her on 1.5 as well. Right, okay. Liam Payne. I'm well aware that he's got thousands of supporters, millions maybe.
Millions.
I don't know. So right, look, you know what makes me laugh? Her face, like when she's reacting to videos, her face is hilarious. And not in a nice way. Anyway, so here we go. I wanted to start with how she started it.
That there were terrible things that happened, just like what happened with these other boys who were in these bands, but so far we don't know. But Liam Payne was
right. She keeps insinuating that something else must have happened to the boys. I don't know where she's getting that from.
Because there are so many boy bands where things were done to them, like the Backstreet Boys. What's that other one?
Was
that
it
came around the same time?
Tell me the story.
Well, Immature too. Yeah.
Tell me what happened with the Backstreet Boys. I'm not aware of that.
It was the Backstreet Boys.
I think they're young men that get taken advantage of.
Yeah, and then there was like their manager or something that some big fat man. He was doing like SA stuff,
What, to the boys?
Yes.
Oh God.
And then even like Aaron Carter.
Who was Aaron Carter? I don't even know who that is. I've read about him a long time ago.
Go ahead, Edna.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Oh, I don't know. Like he's a singer. He was the brother to one of the guys that was in one of the boy bands. I forget which boy band it was.
Yeah.
Was it the Backstreet Boys?
The Backstreet Boys? I want to say Backstreet Boys.
I think you're right. Yeah.
I mean,
he had a successful older brother, didn't he?
Yeah. And it's just like
Yeah,
he was just a troubled soul. It's kind of like, what's his name? Justin Bieber.
yeah,
Yeah, he got issues too.
Usher. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
These other boys
I
were
mean,
in these.
we can kind of look at a lot of these musician artists and kind of see um I don't what would you call it? Just kind of like signs, like people come out and say that X, Y, and Z has happened to them. And these people kind of demonstrate the same kind of thing, get into the drug use or, just not being
Mm-hmm.
able to continue on at the same level of success or whatever. They just can't hold it together.
yeah, yeah. And I think we do live in a world, maybe it's, human beings make up, certain human beings make up where they see certain people or certain situation that they can exploit. And I think
Mm-hmm.
we all know that it's not just the music business, it's it's all areas of the arts, it's in sport, it's
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
in any area where there are children or
Yeah.
young women. It's like, I mean, we've all heard
Hmm.
about the casting couch, and that goes back years,
I mean,
for
it's not
people.
even it's not just young women, it's the young men too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, and I don't know what the answer is for it, because I suppose the only answer would be for, people under a certain age to have chaperones, but then is
Mm-hmm.
really gonna help? Um, a, c- a couple of my kids went to stage school, and they did, they did work, and they'd go to auditions and things like that. And they always had a chaperone with them.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Yeah.
think
I think it
my
does help because of this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jen.
no, no, carry on.
Yeah, I was gonna say the stars that we hear, or that we see that, we heard that they always had their parents around. I think it was Raven Simone or
Mm-hmm.
was it the girl that played DJ Channer on what was it, Family
Oh,
Show?
Full House. Full
Like the
House.
sitcom. Yeah, Full
Mm-hmm.
House. And there's just certain people that haven't really gotten into drugs crazy or,
Yeah.
DWIs and all that kind of stuff. And they had their parents around. Kiki Palmer, like she's in this situation with her baby's father now, but she did really well until she got older.
Mhm. Yeah, I think, and this is what I don't understand. It seems to be that for a child to be successful, they have to be taken away from their parents. Now, I don't agree with that. And if any of my kids had been offered that kind of stardom, I'd have been there. There's no
Mm-hmm.
way my child under the age of 16 would have been taken away from me in order to become famous. But it seems to be,
Hmm.
and it's not just the music business, it's like anything to do with fame, if you like, anything to do with
Mm-hmm.
show business. It's like the kids are expected to be handed over. And I
Yeah.
think to a
I
certain
I think
degree,
it's
that's the
it's darker
core.
than you want to admit. Like I think these parents know what's going on, and they just make kind of like a financial decision to let it happen.
Mhm.
Mm, I don't
I don't
know.
know. I don't know if any parent would actually agree to their child being
I'm
abused.
not saying that they agree, but I'm saying they're aware of what's going on. Like I don't, if
I
you're over a certain age, you have so much life experience. I don't think you're like I'll never forget who's the It was Sarah from Making the Band. Her husband was next to her, like they were like he's the sex member or whatever member of the group because he was always there, to help her because and knowing that being around Diddy, you don't know what was going on. And he wasn't
mhm,
gonna let it happen on his watch. Like, and she's a grown woman. So especially with these kids, I think if the parents are letting this happen, it's not it's not an accident. Like, especially
Nah,
when
I
people
think
have a
I think
history of
uh,
it.
I think some people are very naive, whether they be parents or not, and there are a lot of manipulative predators out there that know how to
Yeah.
manipulate these people.
Yeah. I think like that as
I just,
well. I had a friend. I mean, very rarely. Sometimes we'd connect on Facebook, but that's regardless. But he was in a boy band, and trying to think how old he was at the time. He would have been in his teens, but older teens. And he was
Mhm.
in a band. He was in a boy band, quite a well-known boy band over here, and they had a couple of really big hits. But what happened was one of the guys in the band didn't want to go along with everything that the agency wanted him to do. So there was a big hoo and the band split. It completely ruined the band. Now I'm not going to say which band it is. You will have heard of them, and you'll definitely have heard of one of their songs. But when my friend told me that what happened as regards the agency, and I think that's where it comes from. It comes from, or that's the core of it, where they are expected to work their nuts off. And
Mhm.
they're
Mhm.
expected to produce an album in such and such time, and they're expected to do this and they're expected to do that. And if one of them says they don't want to do it, then either the band will disband or
Mhm.
they'll kick him out and get somebody else in.
Right. You don't
And
want to miss your spot.
yeah,
so that you are,
I've heard stories like that with the K-pop people. Like, they're
yeah.
cutthroat.
See, I don't know anything about them. I'm not really interested in Japanese music. But
They're
yeah, I
Korean.
think
They're Korean.
oh, Korean.
I was going.
But I will say they probably are led or steered. Is it steered or just driven by their music agencies?
Mhm.
So yeah, it's and I think I don't know. I just think there were these 5 boys. Well, they were boys. I mean, they. I'm going back to One Direction.
Yeah, I think One Direction
They're
was
saying
pretty
that
young.
Liam was 15 when he first went on to X Factor. But when he
Mhm.
very first went on to X Factor, he didn't get through. He wasn't strong enough.
Mhm.
So he went back, I think, a couple of years later. So I think when they were actually put together as a band, he was older than 15. He was perhaps 16, maybe
Hmm.
17, I've read.
Mhm.
Regardless, all 5 of those boys will have had to have cut ties with their family members. Now, I think that that's wrong. I don't
Mhm.
think that that should be happening. And it's not as if they cut ties and then they can go back and see them at the weekend when they're not gigging or whatever. They're literally, taken away from their families, and they have to do tours, and they do tours in order to get so big. Is they have to do tours in countries that like boy bands, like Japan or Korea, you know. And there's certain countries that they all tour because they're the people that love all that type of pop music. And
Mhm.
that's what One Direction did, pop music. Um,
Mhm.
so anyway, let's listen to this old bint in the attic. Tell us a bit more about music. Here we go.
Fans, but so far we don't know. But Liam Payne was obviously a tortured soul. So guess who had to pipe up and share their views? Jan's.
Yeah, I did. Why shouldn't I? What you got to say about it? And has her head suddenly got heavy that she has to keep holding it up? That's what I want to know.
The business itself is vile. And the people who get involved in those businesses are vile. The Svengalis are disgusting, exploitative in every possible imaginable way.
Exploitative. Okay.
So I don't know what happened in One Direction. Maybe someday we'll hear that there were terrible things that happened, just like what happened with these other boys who were in these bands. But
I think her head must start to get heavy. The way she cups her chin like that just makes me laugh.
so far we don't know. But Liam Payne was obviously a tortured soul. So guess who had to pipe up and share their views? Jan's views, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Now, given the incredibly cruel and nasty way that Jan expressed her feelings about Chantal getting exploited by a 40-year-old man when she was 16,
gosh.
I think that Jan's words were, well, not all 16-year-olds are built the same, or something like that.
Yeah, so what did she say? Evil, nasty things I said? Just get a grip, woman. Okay, just get a grip. You don't know what teenagers are like. You've got no experience of life with teenagers. So just zip it.
Like that. Why do I get the feeling that Liam is about to get the same treatment?
What the same treatment as what? What treatment did I give to anybody? Okay.
So let's point fingers at Jan, shall we?
Yeah, go on then. Go on. I could do with a laugh.
Let's throw some tomatoes. Let's go.
He's just got. Do you know? I thought long and hard about what I really wanted to say.
Oh, I'm sure you
about
didn't.
Liam Payne.
Uh-huh.
I'm well aware. The way she said, "I'm sure you didn't." She hasn't got a clue. Not a clue that he's got thousands of supporters, millions, maybe?
Millions.
I don't know. So I don't want them all coming after me. Listen, I'm an old bint here. He's just got views that she shares on YouTube. So anyway, I've been looking at this. I've taken countless screenshots, as you can see.
Oh, so much research.
I must be able to. But she's so bitter. She's so bitter. It makes me laugh. Oh God. My thoughts out about Liam Payne. Liam Payne, who at 15 was part of a very successful manufactured band when he was 15. Let's see if I can get these in order. Probably not. So he was 15 when he first became. She reminds me of a crow. You know, a crow in the nest. With like a head popping out of it. You know, looking to the left and looking to the right. You know, that's what she reminds me of.
Jen,
Wait a
we're
minute.
gonna have to bring back the disclaimer.
Right. Wait, Sasha says, is Capone throwing tomatoes? I think Capone is throwing tomatoes at you, Jan.
Oh, come on. Capone. Capone is everywhere. I know. She's a very big disappointment, but hey ho, we live and we learn. I don't bear grudges against, against a name on the screen, Famous. In the band One Direction. What did I think of One Direction? I thought they were crap.
They were fantastic.
Okay.
How dare you?
I agree with you, Jen. I wasn't a big fan.
I don't think I've ever heard a One Direction song.
Right?
They were fantastic.
They were crap. All they did was bring out bubblegum pop. I don't like that. I like music with a bit of substance. You know, not something
like DC reminds me of me when I was like a kid listening to New Kids on the Block, and everybody hated New Kids on the Block, and I'm like, you better not talk bad about New Kids on the Block.
That was me with the Spice Girls.
Who liked the Spice Girls? Did you like them, Edna?
Oh, I love the Spice Girls. I just knew I was gonna move to London when I grew up. I had a little British accent and everything. It's so embarrassing to think about.
You should be embarrassed. Although I will say, with the Spice Girls, they were more talented than One Direction. They had a couple of good singers in that group. Mainly Sporty. She held that group together. And although I think Scary Spice had quite a good voice as well. But the
Mhm.
rest of them, just eye candy. They can't play instruments or write songs or anything like that. A bit like Liam Payne. What can I say?
Mhm.
The truth, it's the truth. But anyway, Liam Payne, who at 15 was part of a very successful manufactured band when he was 15. Let's see if I can get these in order. Probably not. So he was 15 when he first became famous in the band One Direction. What did I think of One Direction? I thought they were crap.
They were fantastic.
Okay.
How dare you? How dare you? Everybody Wants to Steal My Girl is one of the greatest pop songs of the 21st century.
What?
What?
Never heard of it.
Wait, what's
Reminds me of Hanson. I hated that
Everybody
group.
wants
Everybody
to
was like,
steal
that
my
one.
girl. Everybody wants to steal my girl. Oh, shut up, you old hag. What a load of baloney. For God's sake. Pull yourself together, woman. I can't. Sorry. This woman, I've heard what her music, musical tastes are, her music tastes are, and they're awful. Honestly, she likes all the punk rock stuff and, you know, just the loud music with no melody in it. And I mean, she thinks Negs is some sort of musician. I mean, come on, woman. Pull yourself
There's something to
together.
it.
Sorry?
Like you're talking about like the death metal?
Yeah, hate it.
Yeah.
Hate
I mean,
it.
I don't like it, but I don't know. Sometimes you're in a mood to listen to something like that.
The thing is, if you really like music, you can't really have a genre. It's like, I hate it when people say to me, well, what music do you like? And I'm like, I
It's like,
like
yeah, all of it.
so
Yeah.
I've got such a huge scope of musical taste because I look at it sort of differently. You know, I look at it from a songwriter perspective. I like melody.
But
There's so
there's so
many
much
things.
emotion in those songs.
Exactly. I like emotion. I like classical music. Not all of it, but
Yeah.
some. I love classical music. I loved, you know, waltzes and waltz. Sorry, it's getting late. We should be gone. It's an hour. I like
Yeah.
waltzes. And you know, I like Bryan Adams. I like James Morrison. I loved Michael Jackson. I love Stevie Wonder. There's so many. So if people ask me, oh, well, what music do you like? I'm like, oh, just don't even ask me, because there's so many songs that really touch me that other people would think, oh God, that's awful. I think musical taste is very subjective. But for her to sit there and say that that song, I can't take her seriously. I just can't.
Amazing pop songs. They knew who their audience was. They catered to the audience. They were a lot of fun.
Is that it then? Is that what makes them, like, you know, superstars? Okay, they knew who their audience was. They catered to their audience, and they were a lot of fun. Is that it?
I mean, most
I
artists
think
do that, don't
so.
they?
I mean, like at one point in time, it was like manufactured for the tweens, you know. And I remember when I was young, like what was it, Jessica Simpson? They like had her simplify her singing so that it was more like playable for the radio.
I'm not looking at what Bridget has put in the chat. She's causing trouble. Okay, I'm just going to carry on with this.
And what makes them crap
true.
exactly? May I ask? You know what? Never mind.
That's it. I tell you what makes them crap. It's because it's just Do you know what's the word? I'm losing the words now. It's manufactured music.
Mhm.
It's not music that comes from the soul. It's not a song that somebody has poured their heart into. It's just bubblegum pop. That's what it
Mhm.
is. And if you
Mhm.
like that, then that's fine. But that's not what I like. I like
Mhm.
something with a little bit more meaning to it. I like to think if I can hear somebody sing and they can touch my soul, that's what I like.
Mhm.
And
I used
it
to
doesn't
watch
matter. It doesn't matter what genre it is. If they can touch my soul, then they've got me for life.
Let me
Music.
tell
Yeah,
you
I know what you mean.
about
Oh.
I was gonna say something about like Lady Gaga. Like for years, I just thought like, oh, this crazy lady. She looks weird.
Mhm.
She looks crazy. But then one day I saw her. She was in an airport, and so some little boy wanted an autograph and stuff like that. Some little boy, and she stopped and she actually sang to him. And I was just like, oh my
Oh.
God, I did
Yeah.
not know she sounded like that. Like she can
Oh, she's
sing, but
amazing.
Yeah.
yes, but then like all I heard were like clips of her doing her little pop songs, and I'm just like, but I was like, damn, I had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
And that's what I was
I'm
gonna
the
say. I
same.
used to follow a folk. And she was mixed, and her music was like mixed as well, where she had like a lot of pop influence and folk influence as well. And so it was very poppy, but it had like so much soul and stuff because she was a queer artist, and she put that into her music. So I don't like when you say poppy music and there's so manufactured. I think there's a way to do pop and to put in inject like emotion into it.
Yeah, I mean, there's some voices that are just amazing. What's the name of the girl you're talking about?
Who? Lady Gaga?
Oh, this person.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
I was
Edna.
gonna say my person. Her name is B. Steadwell. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
no,
so.
I
Like
haven't
she's not
heard of
like a
her.
big person. Like she's not a well-known person, but I mean, she like I don't know. I followed her on YouTube for a few years. Like she would do like a mixtape a year, or no, a song a day for a week. And she did that for like a few years in a row. I think like on her spring break. So I don't know, like she doesn't seem like such a true artist. It's
That's what I
I
like.
get what you're saying.
I like
Yeah.
artists, proper artists. And I'm not saying that they always have to play a musical instrument, but I think if they can play a musical instrument, then they've got a different understanding of music, I think.
Right.
You can't, and none of One Direction played, I think one of them played the guitar. They weren't musicians. See, I like
Mhm.
musicians. And, your voice is a musical instrument. And, I just, I don't know, it's difficult to put into words what I mean, but there's some people that just open their mouths and are just like, so talented. And there's just nothing about One Direction that was talented in my eyes. I know Harry Styles went on to sort of have a bit of a, music career afterwards, but
Mhm.
those other four boys, they didn't have the talent to be solo artists. They just didn't have
Zane,
it.
Zane, oh, how dare you, Jan? You're not trying to talk
I was
about
gonna
Zane?
say he was maybe the one that I thought was gonna do something.
Has he got a good voice? I've never paid any. See, anything that says One Direction, I just look past it. So I'm learning. So, has Zayn got a good voice?
Look, I don't even know. I know he did a like
I
a,
don't
a
know.
feature on somebody else's album, but I don't even remember. No, I'm just talking
Oh,
shit.
oh, okay.
But no, seriously though, people felt that way about him. And so when yeah, like I thought Zayn was gonna have the career that Harry has.
He was a good-looking boy. He was
That's
the
what it seemed
best-looking
like.
boy. Hmm
Yeah.
I'm going to be destroyed now by all these supporters, but
No, you're
The
not.
point I'm trying to make is, I'm not.
No, you're not going to get destroyed. You have 107 views on this crappy video. Nobody cares except for me. I'm the only person who's going to react to this.
Oh, I'm
Say that cracked me.
I love the way they watch all the watch my views. I love that. It's funny though, they don't mention anything when I get 5,000 views on a crime video. That's weird, that, isn't it? Weird how it goes, but hey, never mind. Let's listen to Little Miss Happy here. Oh, I wanted to say about Lady Gaga. I was the same, Bridge. I didn't think I thought she was all poppy sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then I watched that film. What's the film?
Oh, with her, the country singer.
Oh, Star is Born.
Yeah.
I tell you what, those songs.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Amazing.
When I saw that, I was like, let me get this album. Let me get it.
Oh, I
just think you could be in a room full of 100 people and you only need one to believe. She went around saying that in like every interview. It became like a meme.
She was amazing in that. And some of those songs, I can't remember. In The Shallow. I mean, what a weird song that was, because, from a songwriter's perspective, to be able to sing in the shallow, do you know how hard that is? It's weird. But yeah, it was brilliant. I loved it. I really like her now. And I know she has her trouble with her health and everything. And yeah, I just see her completely differently now. Anyway, back to One Direction. Keen on manufacturing bands. I've been in the music business for a long time. And I've also got see, she knows me better. Look, no, you haven't. You haven't been in the music business. No, you haven't. I love being told about myself by these complete strangers. Go on then. Honestly, it just makes me laugh because
that's what. Wait a minute. So I have fake conversations with my dad. Someone said, and like I told my dad, I was like, "Yeah, I have fake conversations with you." He was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" So this is another fake conversation I want to tell you guys about.
I know.
Oh man, it cracked me up too. I was like, I think it's really sweet that you have like such a good relationship with your dad. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. The joke is that these people actually think you're lying.
Right?
Think,
like what?
She talked to her dad? What is she doing talking to her dad? Who wants to talk to their dad?
I think it's because he talks so much shit. That's why, and then they don't believe it. They don't have that kind of relationship where their dad talks all this shit. Like, I'm sorry, but I have fun.
I tell you what, I would love to meet your dad. I would love to hear about the early days of radio and, his part in the music industry. I would love it. I would love to have, they're the type of people that I gravitate to.
Let me tell you, because when I went out there during the summertime, like his car was broke down or whatever, and so I had to get a mechanic to come fix his car at his house or whatever. And the guy came and he was like, "Wait a minute," and he like said my dad's name. He recognized the name, and he was
wow.
Yeah, he was like, "I used to listen to him when I was a kid, and he was on the radio and blah blah blah, this and that." And I was like, "Well, yeah, he's a little old man now." I was like, "But let me get him." And so he came out. He was like, "Oh, Mr. Such and Such," like it was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you can guarantee that guy was probably a real music lover. See, that's the difference. And I've had musician friends because, I haven't been in the music business all my life. But, I've had you know, music friends. I'm laughing now because it's just so stupid that somebody tries to rewrite your life story because that's what they're doing. Like, no, you weren't in the music business. What are you talking about? You weren't in a band. I was in a band. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's why I thought we need to have a laugh at this, guys, because you can't take it seriously. And I really don't, because I know the life I've led. And these people, they just don't have a clue. But anyway, you tell me more about myself while you're sat there in your dusty hovel. I've got a son who's now in the music business.
You're not in the music business, Jan, and neither is your son. Would you please stop that?
Oh my gosh.
She's so matter of fact. Like she
Yes.
like 100% absolutely that's not the case.
Yes.
Like, girl, what?
Oh God. Oh, I'm having a good laugh at this. This is really funny. Do you know, if he's not in the music business, then all those years that he spent in a very nice music university in Guildford, you might want to check this out, okay, Madam Corbeneau. Right, check out. Oh, I've forgotten the name of it now. ACL, something like that.
Well, Jan, be careful. You don't want to dox them, or
Yeah.
you know, people will put.
No, but they're not
two
gonna
together.
find him. He hasn't been there for a few years. But that's where he got his like sorry, I can't stop laughing. That's where he got his degree in contemporary music. But yeah, no, that's not true either, is it? No, it's not true. I'm making it all up. And then you know, he's been a musician his whole life, starting from like, you know, when he was at school, he joined a boy band. Can you believe? And yeah, but no, he's not in the music business. No, he's not. There you go.
Destroyed. You have 107 views on this crappy video.
Yeah,
Nobody
all
cares.
right, carry on.
Stop it.
And I always remember saying to him one day, "Would you do X Factor?" And he said, "No, Mum."
Destroyed. You have 107 views on this crappy video. Nobody cares except for me. I'm the only person who's going to react to this.
Keen on manufacturing bands. I've been in the music business for a long time, and I've also got a son who's now in the music business.
You're not in the music business, Jan, and neither is your son. Would you please stop that? You know, being a wedding singer is not being in the music business. Being an extra in the audience at X Factor or Britain's Got Talent is not being in the music business. You are not in the music business. Cut it out.
Yeah, I mean, there's different. There's plenty of people. I disagree. Whatever. I'm sorry.
Oh God, I'm getting a stitch. She's just
It's so classes. It's
the
hatred.
hatred.
I mean, you.
The hatred. It's like, Jesus, woman, go and give your head a nod. You know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I've lived a life that you haven't led. You know, that's not my fault. I've had opportunities, I've taken them, I've lost opportunities. One of the biggest losses in my life, she's going to say I'm lying now, but anyway, one of the losses that I had in my life was that I gave one of my songs to a dance troupe that my kids were in, and it was played at the London Palladium. Now she'll know what the London Palladium is, right? And it was played by, I think it was an 8-piece band. And one of the things that I really regret is, firstly, we didn't have any mobile phones then, so I couldn't show it. And the other thing was that I didn't get any royalties for it. That's one of my biggest regrets. And, you know, because I didn't take that opportunity, you know, I could have sold that piece of music.
Stop it.
And I always remember saying to him,
well,
one
we're
day,
not all
"Would you do X
flirtatious,
Factor?"
Jan. Don't beat yourself up about it.
No, but I mean, it's just so funny to me that this little old woman sat there with her way too big glasses and her Roman nose, thinks she could tell me about my life.
Jan,
like,
are you being racist right now?
no, saying a Roman nose
You know,
isn't
she
saying it's racist. A Roman nose is a
no, but
certain type of
listen,
nose.
all we got is talking about race. And she said you're one of the biggest racists on the platform, right?
Hmm.
I was like, let's not give her any more,
We'll get to that in a
fuel
minute.
for the fire.
I'm racist, even though I'm mixed race. So half my family are white
It's like you got all the race.
and the
You
other
got all
half are black. So yeah, what am I racist? Who am I racist against? I've been racist against one side of my family, and like 3 of my kids present as white. They look white. Well, no, one of them does. The other, anyway, doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm racist. All right, carry on then.
Is it
For
just
a
the,
long, long
the
time,
blue-eyed
and I'll be
blonde hair one?
That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to say it.
what are you gonna say?
Your blue-eyed, blonde-haired daughter will mop the floor with DC.
She would, and she's 6 foot tall as well. So yeah,
Oh,
you
goodness.
lost it,
Wow.
you little dweeb. Yeah, I didn't tell you she was a model, did I? See, I keep things to
Oh,
myself.
here we go. Here we go, Jan.
I keep things to myself. Oh, but these people are so bitter. I've got a son who's now in the music business.
You're not in the music business, Jan, and neither is your son. Would you please stop that? You know,
I'll have to tell her. I'll have to. I wish I could. If I was in a different community, I would play one of his band's videos.
I think you did one time, a long time ago.
Yeah,
think
a
you
long
did,
time
yeah.
ago. But he's in another band. Well, yeah, he is. He plays in different bands now. And one of them, I don't know if you've heard of them, they're called roaming bands. And what they do is they get asked to go to like special events where they where they have to move around the the arena or whatever,
Oh, that's
singing and
interesting.
yeah. Now the funny thing is he plays the drums, so I said, well, how do you do that with the drum? He said, well,
Is
you
it
sort of chuck it on
like
the
the
front.
marching band?
No, it's
Yeah.
not a marching band. It's a
No,
like
but no, the marching bands have drummers. They have like the drums that they hook onto and
oh
stuff.
yeah. But this
I
woman
know something
here,
about music too, Jan. I was in the
Oh, now
orchestra.
Edna's in the music industry too. Okay.
Listen, I
okay,
have 2 years of violin. I have a year of bass clarinet, a year of clarinet, the recorder. Okay.
And I
you-
did 3 months of piano.
did you a
Nice.
whole 3 months? Wow,
Yes. Thank you. I'm in the
I'm
music industry.
impressed. One thing I would say to every parent: make sure your child plays an instrument. All
Yeah.
mine played an instrument. My eldest played because she was so tall. She played the cello. She was
Oh,
at
wow.
school, and it was fun until it was like she had to bring it home for to practice.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
fun. Getting
Pain
that in the
lugging those.
car. Yeah. And the second one played the flute, and the boy, I started him off with the guitar. And then he went on to play the drums, and he's got a good voice, so he does vocals as well. But he's not in the music business. Just remember, he's not in the music business. And my last son, he played the drums, but he didn't like them very much. But yeah.
being a wedding singer is not being in the music business.
Don't you go knocking wedding singers. Some of those have got the best voices out there. So yeah, okay. And he's more than just a wedding singer, all right. He doesn't fly all over the world being a wedding singer. Okay. There we go.
Stop it.
Beyonce
I
don't
always
play
remember
people's
saying to him one
weddings.
day, would you do X Factor? You are.
I said, is it Beyonce, like Rihanna, all these people, they play weddings and stuff.
Yeah,
Or
of course they
quinceañeras or
do.
whatever's
But
happening.
But
Yeah.
this woman will try and get to me in any way she can. But I always have the last laugh because I'm the one that's lived, and she's the one that's living in an attic in Indiana. So yeah, so I always get the last laugh.
Yeah, no house shaming. No house shaming.
Ah.
The attic is gonna be so warm and toasty come wintertime. I'm not looking forward to the energy bills.
with a dusty old attic. Yeah, okay. They just use you. They just exploit you, and
No, he wouldn't be on X Factor probably because he's not talented enough to make it past the audition.
right, okay. I'd said that I asked my son once whether he would have done it, and he said, "No, I won't, Mum, because it's too exploitative." And also, he was
Mhm.
very into writing his own work then, and I mean, he still does, but at that particular time, he wanted to write his own songs and everything as well. So he was more into his music. I just can't get over how dumb this woman is. But yeah, so she's saying, better keep this in mind, all right? She's saying my
Mhm.
son couldn't have got through the audition. She obviously hasn't heard him sing, but never mind, her loss.
I think that your son is a little bit more aware of his limitations than you are. I know you're a proud
Oh
mom.
my
Let's be
God.
realistic.
It's all for entertainment.
Oh my God.
I know. This is like real bitterness personified, but it just makes me laugh. And the thing is,
Oh, imagine X Factor being all for entertainment. I thought the music business was all for entertainment too.
the music business, yeah, is in the entertainment sphere, but there's different parts of the music business, and some people take it a lot more seriously than just having crap dished up to them by manufactured groups. That's the difference. But she wouldn't understand that.
I mean, if you don't want to entertain people, you can grab a guitar and go to a coffee shop and sing depressing folk songs that make people want to commit suicide. But if you actually want to get an audience, maybe you might want to think about entertaining people. I know that this notion is alien to you, Jan, or else you would have applied it to your channel.
I think if you're
Trigger warning.
oh, says her. You can't even sit herself properly in front of the bloody camera. All right,
Didn't her
Missy.
I think her boyfriend used to play in coffee houses and stuff like that. He had videos. I saw him.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't think he earned any money doing it, and I don't think he was discovered. Or genuinely, I think if music means so much to you, I don't think X Factor is the place to go because they exploit you. They want people on that is going to draw the numbers,
Oh, imagine a TV show wanting to get ratings. I know. I'm just.
She just doesn't have a clue.
But just like I remember the stories of American Idol, and they exploited all those people, like especially the earlier seasons where these people were put under these tight contracts and couldn't do anything and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well,
And I
not to
think
mention the people who couldn't sing.
well, as a true musician, there's very few people that have gone on to those programs and done really, really well.
Right.
And that's because some of them have said, no, I want to do my own thing. I don't want to be, peddling out crap music. I value my music too much to just, let it sort of mean nothing. And someone like DC here wouldn't have a clue about that because she's not creative in any way. And but I must say here, Capone, big up to Capone, has actually put in the chat her son does play in a band. They're good. They tour and stuff. Thanks, Capone. Oh, don't tell her that. She'll think you've made it up.
Amazed that a TV show would want to get ratings. No, the reason you don't go on X Factor or American Idol, RIP, or any of those shows is because those shows have basically ruined the music business. Okay. You have to have a certain look. You have to have a certain sound. You have to have a certain demeanor.
So now she's kind of backtracking on everything that she said. But anyway, let's carry on.
order to make it on those shows, which means that, you know, Joe Walsh and Tom Petty and Bob Dylan would never, ever, ever have made it past the auditions. Never.
See?
Yeah, she kind of just made
So
you.
my son wouldn't have made it past the auditions, and neither would any of these other legends. They wouldn't have made it past the auditions. What a
Thanks,
twat.
DC. Thanks, DC.
What a twat. Anyway, I want to get on a bit to what she's saying about. Thanks for that lesson in my musical history. Thanks for that. All right. Right. Okay, let's go to here. He needed to take substances in order to feel normal. Who was the first person?
The King Crimson guys. And I was beside
Oh, shut up. Nobody's interested in what you've got to say, woman. Right, okay. Oh, well, you know, what about the pressure of fame when you're 15?
Yeah,
And, you know, maybe you wasn't able to do this and maybe you wasn't able to do that.
right.
When I feel that the bigger question should be, why did he feel that he needed to take substances in order to feel normal? Who was the first person that came up with that idea? There's 5 guys, 5 young guys, okay,
Yeah.
in their teens, in a hotel room. So who was it who said to them, tell you what, let's try this or let's try that?
Are you sure that you know about the music business, Jan? This is very
Oh my God. Do you know, that's one thing that I did worry about my son, because he started very young. He started when he was at school. And I did worry about that side of it. And
Mhm.
you have to remember, he had 2 older sisters that kept an eye on him. So, yeah, again, I think it's about how close you are to your family, to your kids. You have to keep an eye on them, whether they're in the music business or any business. It's like, you know, I'm not going to keep going on about, you know, other things that my kids have done. I've got to stop doing that. But you have to keep a close eye on them. It's as simple as that, really. And yeah, my son started his like non-existent music career
Mhm.
when he was still at school, you know. And there was a time when I worried. I was like, you know, because he was always around the band mates and always practicing and everything. And yeah, that did cross my mind. But yeah, let me be schooled by this woman who knows absolutely nothing about teenagers, parenting, or if your child does go into the music business. So let me listen to her.
common. You've never heard of this before? You've never heard of people who get into the business very, very young who end up with addiction issues? You've never heard of this?
Oh my God. Dumb.
Business by their parents end up with substance abuse problems. Why?
Oh.
And by the way, I looked up this Stephen Bartlett person. I'd never heard of him before. Apparently, he's a very popular podcaster. You know that this Stephen Bartlett guy got in trouble.
Right. So she's done a quick Google on Stephen Bartlett. Let me tell you, Stephen Bartlett is a self-made man. He's an entrepreneur. He's in the Forbes rich list, and he's only just 30. He's done so well. He's we have a program over here called Dragon's Den, and that's where you get like really rich people who help out new businesses. He's on that.
Oh, that's like Shark Tank. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He is so excuse
That's
me.
cute. Dragons.
He's done so well for himself. He's very established, revered, and quite rightly so. He does a lot of motivational talks. He does podcasts. Anyway, so this woman, right, she's just Googled him and she's picked up on something that he's just had his knuckles rapped for, in that he was advertising, put it that way. He was advertising something and not stating that he was actually, you know, part of the business. If you still
Look, I'm looking it up on Wikipedia right now, and I see advertising guidelines breaches. That's what he did.
Yeah. But listen to her, right? She's now going to slag him off. She hasn't got a clue who he is or what he's done, but she's going to slag him off anyway because I've said that I like him.
Shady thing that content creators do when they don't want to disclose that they're being paid to shill for a product. But okay, let's continue.
I was kind of comparing the two because Stephen Bartlett is amazingly successful. He's worked so very hard to get.
Yeah, and Liam Payne was in one fucking direction.
So what?
Right.
So what? How can you compare the two? It's like, okay.
The biggest boy band in the world.
Who cares? What did he do to get there? What? Anyway.
But, you know, screw him, right? What does he know? Just some loser who got lucky. No.
It's true. It's true. He got lucky. He got lucky at that audition. He wasn't good enough to be a solo performer. So they put him in a band. I mean, I'm not lying.
Jan, you have so many issues. You are such a bitter, nasty, racist woman.
Oh my God.
You know, I'm just remembering, like, it used to do something to me to see a white person talk about, like, reverse racism and stuff. Now, it's like, it's so ridiculous. All you can do is laugh.
I think I've missed the bit where she actually said, well, you know why Jan likes Stephen Bartlett? It's because he's black. She actually said that.
Well, it appears that he is of mixed race. That's why you like him, Jan.
Yes.
He's of mixed race.
Yes, that's why I like him. Not the fact that he's done so well for himself. Oh, yeah, you have to laugh.
You are so full of bitterness about your identity, about your background, about your family life, about all of it.
Am I though? This is what really gets me is that these people just say this nonsensical stuff to their audience and they just eat it up. Like when Gigi was saying I was foaming at the mouth and wanted to be part of his group.
You know what it is though? It's just background noise, I think, for half the people. So when you're not really listening to it, you don't really catch on to it.
Well, okay, let's just say in the chat, you say it's just background music, it's background, right? But some of these people, they really do. They really do jump on it, and it's like
they're in their feelings and they get into it. Yeah.
I mean, like this one here, Beth Thomas. Jan is being nasty to be nasty. Where? Where am I being nasty? Oh God. And then Capone's put a candle up. Rest in peace. Oh, stop it. And then we've got someone called SARS. Jan loves her voice. I don't actually. I hate my voice. But anyway, that's regardless. They don't believe me. Oh, and Capone. Jan, dear. What are you even saying? What? Let's see. Okay. Oh, here we go. Gator. Jan. F them kids. What? Right. Oh,
that's that Michael Jordan thing, because Michael Jordan, it was way back in the day. Michael Jordan was playing basketball with some kids, and usually the adult lets the kids get they let them score and stuff like that. But Michael Jordan was like, "Fuck that," and he was dunking on the kids, and everybody was like, "Fuck them kids."
That's like a comedy sketch. That's funny. Right. Oh, hang on. Oh, Capone. Right. Jan is half white. She's never denied it. She used to have struggles with her identity. I feel for her in that way. Thanks, Capone. Now shut your face. Just shut it, all right? I'm not interested in what you've got to say. Right, okay.
Is
A few more
Capone not
giggles. Then
welcome
we're
in
off.
the chat?
What?
Is Capone
What?
not welcome in the chat, like on the channel?
She's welcome
Jan,
anywhere. Oh yeah, she's
Jan,
welcome
I thought.
anywhere.
Jan said
Uh-oh.
Capone can come into the chat if she's ready to apologize.
Mm.
Oh my God, Bridget.
So now
Oh,
she's gone in
dear.
everybody's chat, just slagging me off left, right, and centre.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. It's hilarious. I love it for
I
me.
tried Capone.
And you don't understand that you project it all onto other people. You've projected it onto me. You've projected
What? Have I? You sure about that? Are you sure that I'm the bitter one? I tell you what, I couldn't live with this bitterness. I struggled. But, you know, hearing all the abuse that Kalari suffered, I really struggled
Yeah.
with that mentally. So can you imagine if I really was this type of person? I mean, I couldn't do a live stream. I wouldn't be able to go online. I mean,
you don't understand that you project it all onto other people. You've projected it onto me. You've projected it onto Negs. You've projected it onto people you don't like. And now you're projecting it onto a guy who died at the age of 31. It is a tragic loss. I think that is all that needs to be said. Really.
yeah, it is. It is a tragic loss. And, you know, I haven't gone on there to slag him off. I just came, they're my views. They're how I look at things. And I was asking, why out of all those 5 boys did he have such a poor opinion on himself? I feel that that was at the core of what happened to him. That's all I was saying. You know, but, you know, she's going to go on like that. You know, oh, Jan's just projecting her bitterness. Oh, shut your face. I tell you what, I don't have any bitterness. And that's the, you know, that's a fact. But hey.
Yeah. Well, you know, I watched true crime. I watched another video, you know, somebody that does true crime talking about it, and they came from the point of view of, you know, if it was an accident or if it was self-inflicted or whatever. And I think you were just going down the one route and why, you know, what would lead to that. You know, people, you know, that's just what people do. They kind of discuss their theories.
And that's the trouble, I think, especially in, you know, girl world. People assume because you're asking questions or you're trying to sort of look at it from a, you know, on a different level, they don't understand that. So that's when they come to attack you. It's like when I said, you know, about, you know, a 14-year-old man with a 16-year-old girl. Because I came at it from a different level, they've all assumed that I'm like the devil incarnate. Oh, how could you say that? And I'm like, oh, just get over yourselves. It's like
FFG compared it to Yagor Sam's baby's father, right? You know, and that was kind of, you know, out of line. So I mean, people take it to the extreme.
it's just ridiculous. But I find it quite amusing that this woman can sit here all bitter and twisted and accuse me of being bitter and twisted. I just find it hilarious.
What else do you want to say?
Where he is, and he's revered, and he's the same age. He's the same age as Liam Payne. So what a difference in these two men. And it makes me think, is it because one of them had to grow up, basically, when he got to a certain age and he decided he wanted to go on his own way and do what he wanted to do because he was going to be successful and blah, 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 to the extent that his family didn't even talk to him.
Oh,
and we're
no.
talking about Stephen Bartlett here. And then you've got Liam Payne, who went on this TV show. People said he had a good voice, when in actual fact, in my opinion, he was very mediocre.
Okay, I don't give a damn about how successful this Stephen Bartlett person is. I don't care how much money he has. I don't care how many viewers he gets. I don't care how many sponsors he has.
Right.
Liam Payne was in one direction.
Okay.
See, now I am interested in the Stephen Bartlett character, and I feel like I need to go look him
Oh.
up.
Stephen
Okay, I went
Bartlett.
the other direction. I'm like, I think I'm gonna go check out One Direction now. She is really selling them.
I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna get off and go on Spotify and listen to their songs and
And
see how
this
great
is
they
why
are.
we love you, Edna. But girls, I mean, you've made me laugh. This has made me laugh. I'm telling you, and I needed it. It's been a frantic week, and yeah, I mean, it's madness. I think we've covered everything. I'm sorry if you wanted to talk more about Monty, but I thought I'd covered
No,
it.
okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
Anyway,
well,
let's.
Sasha did.
Huh?
What,
I
Edna?
was like, yeah, Sasha. Well, because Sasha missed it. That's why.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, we just said he didn't really say anything, really, did he?
Well,
Be
we didn't get
honest.
to hear him say.
I
We
mean,
didn't
It was
get to
you
hear him
let
say anything.
Hannibal. You don't
I
think he
suppose.
said? Well, I don't think you played the part
Yeah,
where
you
he
did
was
it.
really
Like you were
talking.
just like, I hate his hair. Let me cut it off.
Yeah, and then you like he didn't say anything. I'm like, no, he said a lot.
No, he did. He did. I played the bit where he said about at the beginning. Don't make me go back there now. If you love
No, I gotta.
Monty that
We
much,
got
you
the
can
cliff
go and
I
notes.
gotta.
rewatch
We got the
him.
I
gist.
gotta. Yeah, I gotta get off and then
I've got to get off
go
as
watch
well.
Monty. I'm gonna
I've got
go
to get
watch
off as
Monty
well.
to see what he had to say. Jan just gives us
Love
the
you, Jan.
preview. Jan gives us the preview of what happened.
Yeah, you have to go and
watch
You're
look
supposed
for
to
it
be
yourself.
respectful, not to take away his views. That's what
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
what it was. Anyway, thanks, girls. Have a fabulous weekend. And thanks to the
Alrighty.
chat. And I'm sorry if I didn't talk about, yeah, sorry about that, Sasha. Yeah, maybe Bridge do a video on it. Hey, Bridge.
Because I don't believe it. I got to hear what Hannibal has to say. He's coming on tonight, right?
Oh, is he?
You don't
Okay.
believe it?
Huh?
You never know. You don't know
No,
what to
I
believe.
don't. Okay, there has to be some nuance. Like there has to be something else. Maybe he hit her with a taco shell and she over exaggerated.
Yeah, I mean, you are right. I shouldn't be so quick. But the thing is like I believe women and DD is wrong and blah blah blah. But you're right. It's girl world.
Yeah.
You don't know what. We don't know what's at play. I mean, as much as we talk about race, it could have been that could have been part of the factor too.
Maybe.
Oh, what is she white?
Hannibal does seem
I
like
don't know.
He seems like the type to dip his chocolate in some milk. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't want to say anything, but you know, we don't have all the facts.
he likes a bit of vanilla. A bit like my dad. Oh, and there's another thing. I had to put her right on because she got this wrong as well. The old witch there in the attic. She said that Zayn was Pakistani. So that's probably why I didn't like him. What? My best friend is Pakistani, you twat.
Oh,
And also,
Wow.
he's mixed race. Oh, yeah. She threw that in as well, Bridget. Is it because he's Pakistani?
What?
She's such a racist piece of shit. Honestly.
Where have you ever given the indication that you don't like Pakistani or like Middle Eastern people? I don't get it.
Exactly.
I don't get it.
I've been very
you
open.
never even said anything about Salah.
I've been very I've been very open about my best friend being a Muslim Pakistani, and she's my soul sister. And yeah, so yeah, just come with some truths next time, you twat. Oh, and the
That's
other
never gonna
thing,
happen.
guess what? He's mixed race as well. Yay! Another one of us. So with that, I'm going to say good night to everybody. Thanks for everybody for chatting, Sasha, and thanks for the 3 people that are going to watch the video. Love each and every one of you. Take care of yourselves. Have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you very soon. But yeah, be careful out there because it's a runner world. Bye bye for now.